Okay, yes, so it isn't simple and straightforward, but the ideas that I've put here are the most simple and straightforward in relation to relative pronouns and relative clauses. Now, we started off by talking about relative pronouns. Here they are: who, which, whose, where, when, what, whom, that, words like that. Now, relative clauses, now these are relative pronouns, but relative clauses work like adjectives. They give more information to nouns. So far, so good? You're smiling, I'm happy. There are two types of relative clauses. There are defining relative clauses where the clause is really important in the sentence. I met a man who is a pilot. Some of the time you could remove it, but you don't want to because it's important. However, non-defining relative clauses add a piece of information which is not important, but it's more information. It's great fun, isn't it, to have more information? My friend Adam, comma, who is a pilot, comma, lives in London. We're trying to tell you that my friend Adam lives in London, but I've added this extra piece of information and I've enclosed it in commas to show that it's an additional piece of information that we don't need, and this is where you have something called a non-defining relative clause, an additional piece of information that you could easily take out and it won't affect the context of the sentence. Then I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the word what, because we had some problems with this word. The word what, when it is used as a relative clause, is really saying the thing. Here are a couple of examples. He says that what he wants to do is move to London, is really saying, he says that the thing he wants to do is move to London. That's all it's doing here. What I like about London is the nightlife. The thing I like about London is the nightlife. So that was the problem that I'm really looking at trying to resolve within your essays and spoken language. And the final thing we looked at today were participles. Participles look like verbs, but they're actually adjectives. There are two types of participles. One's called present participles, which look like ing verbs, and the other ones are past participles, the third column, which look like the third column of a verb, but they're actually adjectives when they're called participles. Who is that boring man standing at the bar? You could say, who is that man standing at the bar? They're just descriptive words that look like verbs but are actually adjectives. You could remove them and we still get an idea of what you want to say. The curtains were old and worn. You could take that bit out and we still understand the sentence, but this is giving some really actually crucial information in my opinion. So participles are there to add more information, give more information on nouns. And that is as far as I want to go today, with the exception of saying, I'm going to give you some theory, I'm going to give you some homework, and English grammar in use. There are 4 or 5 very important units here, which go over what I've done here over the last 2 weeks. It really just looks at this for over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Please do this work. If you could do it before the exam next week, that would be great. Units 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Units 92 to 97 in other words. Thank you very much, guys. This was an introduction, and it isn't straightforward and simple. Well done for today. We did a lot more than I'm explaining in the video.